Hello, so this week we started division strategies. There are 4 different we're going to be learning. Some are easier than others. The students still have to be able to do each of them. I'm going to show you the 2 we've learned this week. When we come back from holiday break, we'll be learning our next 2 strategies. So the first one's a lot easier than the second one, but they still have to be able to do both of them. So the first one we're going to learn is equal groups, just like multiplication. It's the same concept. So we're going to be having our equal groups. The best thing to know is when we're doing our division problem, each of them are labeled. Each part of a division problem is labeled, and labeling them does help us know the parts. So if I have 20 divided by 4 equals 5, we're going to need to know each part of the division problem. So the front number is called the dividend, and that is the total. So that's how many we're going to have all together. So if they had 20 cookies, they had 20 of them. It's our biggest number. The next number is called the divisor, and that's how many groups we're going to put it in. So how many people? So if I wanted to divide it between 4 people, there would be 4 people. And the last number is called the quotient, and that's how many is in each group, or the answer. Each group, also known as the answer. So those are all the parts of a division problem. So they need to know the dividend, the divisor, and the quotient. Let's go ahead and solve an example together. We'll go ahead and do 20 divided by 4. So the 4 is how many groups I have to draw. So I'm going to draw 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. My next step is to divide this total. I don't want to put 20 in one group. I want to divide them evenly up. So the best way for me to divide them evenly up is just to do 1 at a time. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to keep going until I get to 20. I just need to make sure I keep the same amount in each circle. So I'm just going to start back over from the beginning. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then I'm going to stop because that's all I needed to go to was 20. Now I'm going to count how many is in each circle. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So since all of them have 5, I divided them evenly, and my answer is going to be 5. So the small number, the divisor, is going to tell me how many groups I have to draw it into. The dividend, the total, the big number in the front, is how many I'm dividing evenly. Let's go ahead and do one more example together of equal groups. Let's go ahead and do a simple one. Let's do 10 divided by 5 equals. So I'm going to do 10 divided by 5. I know my 5 is going to be how many groups I have to draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm going to divide 10 into my 5 groups evenly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I look, I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So my answer is going to be 2. So that's how we do equal groups. Our next strategy is going to be a little bit more tough for them, but we still kind of have to practice it even though they don't like this way. A lot of them will prefer to do equal groups over repeated subtraction. So our next one is going to be repeated subtraction. So in multiplication we did repeated addition. This time we're going to do repeated subtraction. So we're going to have 10 divided by 2 equals. So for repeated subtraction I'm going to do 10, and I'm going to continue to minus 2 until I get to 0. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. And then 2 minus 2 is 0. After I get to 0, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to count how many times I had to subtract. So I had to subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However many times you had to subtract, that is going to be your answer. So my answer is going to be 5. So those are the two different strategies we've learned so far. If you have any questions, please let me know.